So basically here you can see the ground for one of my previous project, and here you can see basically, so let me show you. So that part is the main ground, and then here you have all the connection potentially, and here you have a lot of different other part of the ground that you can use for creating a more that brings a lot more variation basically. And so that's what we're gonna do today. So it's gonna be simple, but it's gonna be nice. So first I'm gonna pick up a size, so I'm gonna go with 128 by 128. It's gonna be enough. And I'm gonna go here on view, then I'm gonna go on my grid setting. I'm gonna keep them at 16 by 16, and basically I'm gonna start to do my stuff right now. So first I click on M, and then I can pick a color, and I'm gonna go on free tile like this, and I'm just gonna click on G, and I'm gonna just paint it like that. So it's just for giving the first colors. And then what I'm gonna continue to do is like I'm gonna go here on those two little things. So this is the symmetry tool, and this is a very handy tool. So I'm gonna put it right here for now, and I'm gonna pick up another color, and I'm gonna click on line. It's in 1 pixel, which is gonna be fine, I believe. And so first of all, I'm gonna do something that looks like this. So I'm gonna start to make the framing of the ground, and then I'm gonna just take a color that is a little bit darker, and I'm gonna do basically the same. So you can do it in different ways, so we can try to do it like that. We're gonna see. We are here to experiment anyway, so that's the good thing. So let's see, like that, and I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna put that, and like that. Okay, now I'm gonna take another color, and it's gonna be quite the same. So I'm gonna no, not like that. I'm gonna do it this way, and this way, and this way. You see the logic here. So I'm gonna do it like that. Basically, I try to create a little sense of depth. That's what I try to do. And this is important because it gives like a more like how to say, a natural vibe to it. So yeah, I'm gonna change the color, and I'm gonna say something like that. Nothing crazy. Then I click on M again, and I'm gonna do something that's gonna be, I'm gonna choose that, and I'm gonna try to go here and do something like that for the middle. Voila. And here what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So I'm gonna pick the color that I have in the background, and I'm just gonna put it a little bit lighter, and I'm gonna use it to create a sort of distinctive separation with the dark part of the ground. So here, if I cut down the selection and I just remove the grid, this is how it looks like. And this, okay. So this can be like the base of a ground for, like, you know, like any sort of project. I'm gonna go back on the grid. Okay, I missed something here, so I just need to adjust that. I'm gonna take it like this, and I'm gonna remove that. Nah, okay, I'm gonna remove that, and I'm gonna just select that line, and I'm gonna copy it and paste it, so like that it's good. Okay, so I need to do it like that. this way the same, just 1 pixel because it was 1 pixel. So I'm gonna copy that, Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V if you're on Mac like me. Okay, so here we have the first batch of our ground. Okay, I'm not gonna save it yet. Now what we need to do is that evidently that part of the ground will be more exposed to the light. So we need to have a color that is a bit lighter than the one that we have here. So like that, it just pop up nicely a little bit more. So that's what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. Does it look good? Yeah, it can be, it can be. So now I'm just gonna pick another color. And one thing you can do is like you can click on B and you can do something like this. That's something I do often in my game. Basically, I'm just creating a sort of pattern like that is quite random, and it just creates a little bit of sense of depth because it's just a variation of color that gives something that is a bit nicer when you look at it. So I'm just gonna do it like this, like that, like that. And as you can see, I follow a certain pattern. It's quite random, but it looks good. And now we're gonna do the same here. And I'm just gonna augment a little bit the brush. I'm gonna go on at 2, and I'm gonna do something like this, you know, something like that. Nothing crazy, but good. And so when we would create our tile and stuff, it will give like a bit more like depth and stuff. So yeah, can I go in a different color than this one? Yeah, this one looks good. So let's see if I can do something like this. So I'm gonna put that, and I'm gonna also activate the line horizontally for the symmetry, and I'm gonna put it here. And so basically what I want to do is like I want to do something that looks a bit like this. Just give a little bit more depth to it. Basically, that's how the depth pass when you do some pixel art things. Like the depth comes from the different shade of color. That's what you need to understand. And so now I just need to remove that grid. Where is it? It's here, and I'm just gonna cut those two. How does it look? It's a little bit offset, so I'm gonna click on W, and I'm gonna select it like this, and I'm just gonna move it like this. Seems alright. Like this seems alright, and I'm just gonna go on and click on I. Then for picking the color, then go on G and just like color the part that hasn't been colored. Now it looks a little bit better. And so basically now we have like we have our ground, so like the base of our ground basically. But it's not enough. It's not enough. I'm just gonna do something here. I'm just gonna continue to do something up like that, like that. Is it placed well enough? Here seems good. So I'm gonna do that, that, that. No, not like this. That part I'm gonna leave it for now. That part too. So now what I'm gonna do is like I'm just gonna darken a little bit this. And so is it okay? Yeah, it looks alright. Everything is just a matter of shade. That's just that. So now it is good. Okay. So that's good. So now that we have this, I can go back on my grid setting. So I can turn it on. So now basically what we need to do is like we need to create the connection. Like if you look on my previous floor, which is a very simple one, as you can see that there is some part to connect the things, and so those parts comes like if you want to create some how to say different kind of ground. So we need to do that because like this it will be already done. So one way to do it is very simple. So you click on M, you select Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V if you're on Mac, And then what you do here is like basically, so we have that. So here, that part gonna be, we're gonna keep that part, that is this one here. This one we're gonna keep it, but this one we're gonna change it. We're gonna pick the color, and it's gonna be like this, like this, like this, like this, because this is gonna be basically the angle, and we need that. So I'm gonna do it like this, and I think this should be removed as well. So I'm gonna come here, here. Okay. And so that part, we're just gonna take it, select it, Command C, Command V. I'm gonna put it here, and with Shift and V, no, not Shift V, Shift H, I'm just gonna rotate it. So like that, I have the angle. So that's very good like that. This is a very important thing to do. So now what we need to do is to create the other part of the ground. So we're gonna do it. And so as you can see here, I have the same, but downward, I believe we say that in English. So we're gonna just do the same here. We're gonna select that. Command C, Command V, and then we're gonna Shift V this time. So, and as you can see, it does the down part as well. And now we need to do some stuff like this. This can be useful, so I'm gonna just do it because it can be very useful. So let's do it like that. So I'm gonna do it this way and this way. I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna just slide horizontally. I'm gonna put it here. Then I'm gonna do the same for the downward part. So like that, it's gonna come here, and I'm gonna create some others just to make sure. I'm gonna create some others with not that part in the middle. So I'm just gonna get that, and that, and I'm gonna copy it. And I'm gonna do the same here, voila. And so those are the connection, the connection tile that gonna connect the main ground with all the angles. And so this is very important to do. If you don't have this, you're gonna have some hole in your pixel art. It's not good. So now we're gonna do the pixel part where we have just some sort of column. So I'm just gonna copy all of that. Very simple. And then I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna just like, I'm gonna copy that part. Hold on, like that, like that. Voila. And I'm just gonna copy that part as well, just by pressing Shift. So like that, I have it copy. Command C, Command V. I put it here. And now we have that part that is right here. Okay, so that's good. And we just need to make the color normally, like that, and like that. And we can even, like, if we want, we can do something like this in the middle. So there's not much space, but we can try to do it. I'm just gonna turn on the symmetry, and I'm gonna come here. Okay, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it like that, up, voila, and I'm gonna do it, I think like that should be fine. Voila, I'm gonna just put that in the middle, and then I'm just gonna select that part. Actually, I'm gonna change a little bit the pattern. I'm gonna also activate that, so like this I'm sure that I have sort of the same pattern. I'm gonna take it like this, maybe a bit more like this. Yeah, seems better this way. Okay, So now like this, I remove the grid just to see, and it start to looks good. So now we need to make also some other things, some other part. I'm not gonna do automatically those parts, maybe I should, I don't know. I'm gonna make some other part like this that are important to connect. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. First thing first, I'm gonna put back the grid. Now, not selection edges, this, and I'm gonna selection edges. Okay, so I'm just gonna select that part, Command C, Command V, and now what I'm gonna do is like basically I'm just gonna click on V, then Alt Shift, and I'm just gonna select all those parts. So like that, I can connect all of this. I need to zoom. Okay, and now Command C, Command V, and I'm gonna shift it vertically and horizontally. And so now what do we have? We have that sort of little blob here. So I'm just gonna remove that. I'm just gonna do it like this and like that. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna select this and I'm gonna put it like this too, like this. Okay, and this one we can change it as well. Gonna do that like that and like that. Okay, and I don't know if I keep this one or not. Yeah, it could be alright. Could be alright. So yeah, I'm gonna put something like that just to put some randomness into the pattern. Could be good. Like that. Okay. Seems alright. Okay. So now we have already like a full ground that works fine. So what can I do now? I can do the connection bit like this. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna copy that one. Command C, Command V. I'm gonna put it down like that. I'm gonna shift it upward by clicking on Shift and V. And so now I've done it like that. So I'm gonna remove that part here. I'm gonna remove it, and I'm just gonna block it like that. And I'm gonna select that part right here, and I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna put it there. So how did I do it here? Here it was taking the full stuff, so we're gonna go and it's gonna take the full part. Voila. I'm gonna remove that part as well. Yeah. Voila. I'll do that, and then here I'm gonna just pick a corner, something like this. Should it be this way or this way? I think something like, I can't remember. I think something like that would be better, I believe. So I'm gonna also remove that part. Voila. And so this part we need basically to cut it off, and that part we need to copy it down, move it here, and shift it on the horizontal axis. So like that we have the connection that are made. Maybe I'm gonna move that one here. So move this one, and I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna put it here, for example, something like that. Okay, and so now we see, like you can see, we have like a lot of of part of the ground, basically. So it starts to be good. So now we need to have the same part, but on the other side. Normally, you can flip them directly into your game engine and stuff, so this is not automatically something that you absolutely need to do, but me, it's something I prefer to do because it's always easier. Like, it saves a lot of time actually to do it, so that's why it's better this way, in my opinion. So now we need to have some stuff like that to connect as well, so we're gonna do it. So what I'm gonna do is, like, I'm gonna take that one, I'm gonna copy it, pass it here, and then I'm gonna just take half of it and I'm gonna put it here, and now I'm just gonna join those two back. So it's gonna be like that. So I'm gonna take that, Command C, Command V, and I'm gonna also shift it a little bit to give them a little bit of randomness. So here I'm gonna shift it vertically, and another one that I'm gonna shift vertically as well. I missed one thing, and I'm just gonna copy that part and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so now we have quite a lot of ground. Like, as you can see, it's not that complicated to do. It's just like a little bit fiddly to do at first. This is quite the thing that is important to know, but apart that, it's all right. So I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna copy this one, and how did I do it last time? I've done it tuck, tuck, and tuck. Okay, so I need to remove that one. So no, that's not what I want to do. So up, like this, like this, like this, and I'm gonna copy that part, which I believe is normally this one. Command C, Command V, and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, seems good to me. Yeah, now everything seems quite all right. And so basically, now with all of this, you have your ground that is set up. So that's quite of a good thing, I believe, to do. And that's it. As you can see, very easy. So I'm gonna save this. I haven't created a new folder yet, so I will create it later. So right now I'm gonna put it back to some stuff. I'm gonna put it in Jeu Unity, and I'm gonna just say background. No, for ground actually. Ground tile 1, and I'm gonna save it with a sprite. And after that, if you're not happy with the color, one of the things you can do as well is just go here on edit and then adjustment, and you have hue saturation, for example, that you can use. And by toying with the setting, you can just like find some color that can give you some better idea, that can fit maybe better the mood that you try to create, something like that. But yeah, that's basically that. So I'm gonna stop here now, and I want to thank you for watching. If you have been watching that video, don't hesitate to follow me also as well on YouTube, on my channel Gene Makes Game. I'm making tutorial over there about gaming, about coding, and I'm starting to make some stuff about pixel art as well. And I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.